Hey there, Green Meadows families and friends, and welcome back to Zooming In on Green Meadows. This week, our special guest is Mrs. O'Brien. We are so excited to get to know more about her, so stay with us to hear her answers after the break.
Hi there, Mrs. O'Brien. How are you this afternoon?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Glad we got everything situated here. We were having some technical difficulties, which seems to be a common theme in this area, but it was nothing to do with us. It was just the computer was being a little bit wonky. So
Yep.
we are glad to have you joining us and excited to get into our questions. So if
Thank
you
you.
are excited to go answer some of these, let's go ahead and get started. Does that sound good?
All right, sounds good. Let's go.
All right. The first question is just about our Green Meadows jobs that we hold. And I know you've had an interesting couple years. So if you could talk to us a little bit more about what you do at Green Meadows, we would really appreciate it.
Sure. I kind of figured out this week. I think it's about five. This is my fifth year.
Okay.
So I prior to this year, I have been a paraprofessional. So what that means is that I just help the students that need a little extra support. I've worked with Mrs. Wooten and I've worked with Mrs. Piercy. So and then this year I'm a fifth grade teacher. So something
Nice.
totally different.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of a stretch, right? But you're
Yes.
doing great and we're glad to have you on the team.
Thank you, thank you. It's been challenging, but it's been a lot of fun. So
I
I've
bet.
learned a lot.
I'm sure you have done that. All right, so let's get into our random questions. I'm
I'm
gonna pull
excited.
those up here. Um, First, I just need to ask you a quick question to intro one of them. Do you have a pet?
I do not.
Oh, all right. Well, you don't currently have a pet, but I'm still going to ask you the question because I think it's interesting. It
Okay.
just won't be your pet. So, what are two things that you would like to ask to someone's pet that you might be familiar with?
Um, I have my neighbor has a huge Great Dane,
Okay.
and so we don't see it much until the summertime when they let him out and he's running crazy through our. So we live in the country, so it's not like a neighborhood, but we
Right.
do get to see him out and about. I would like to ask him what he does when he disappears for, a couple hours, maybe a day at a time.
So he just kind of wanders off for a little while and makes his way back home eventually, huh?
Yes, where do you go?
Okay. Anything else?
I would like to know um what he thinks when my kids run up to him and just want to give him hugs, and what he's thinking when he jumps up on them. What does he think he's going to do? He's probably 180 pounds.
Yeah.
So um
Does he think he's going to hurt anyone or is he just excited, right?
right, right.
All right, cool. Asking the neighbor's pet, good
Yep.
substitution. Okay. If you could only shop at one store for the rest of your life, which one would you choose?
Mrs. O'Brien appreciates hearing our staff tell the students they are loved every morning. You know how you can show love to our school? By clicking the subscribe button and liking this video so more people can learn about what a great place this is. Don't forget to share our videos with your friends and families.
I think the obvious one would be Amazon, because you can just get a little bit of everything
Hmm.
from there. Um, but I would also have to say Target,
Okay.
because I love everything and all things about Target. Actually, I love the quality. I love what they offer. Um, you really can't go wrong with that. But if it had to be like just a one-stop shop, it would probably have to be Amazon.
Yeah, I would when I found this question, I was not thinking like online retailer, which is surprising because mainly everything I do, including these videos, is online.
Right.
I was thinking like, okay, brick and mortar, where am I going to go? And was thinking REI. I don't know if you know who
Oh,
they are, but it's an
right.
outdoor store.
Doors. Uh-huh.
But you can get clothing, you can get some food to
Right.
sustain yourself, you can find things to survive in in the world. But just one of those. There's exercise equipment, so something for everybody.
Right. Right.
Okay. This should be a fun one. When you leave school on a Friday, would you rather go home and stay in or go out and do something away from home? And whichever one you choose, what are you most likely to be doing when you make that choice?
Definitely on a Friday, I go home.
Okay.
I am ready to unwind and relax. Now, we do usually go out, we'll go out and get something to eat,
Uh-huh.
but I don't want to go to a movie, I don't want to go shopping, I don't want to hang out. I just want to sit and relax.
Just veg out for a while,
Veg out.
right?
Yep, yep. So
Okay.
it might be a movie night, it might be a game night, but it's definitely at home.
Miss O'Brien says she prefers to stay at home on a nice Friday night. What better than some Green Meadows sweats to lounge around in? She can purchase some by visiting our BSN sports store, linked in the description below.
I think I'm like 60-40 on what it ends up being. I think about 60% of the time I end up going home, but about 40% of the time we might go out to dinner or go do something
Yeah,
away from the house. Just depends on that week and how long of a week it's been or how much decompressing we need to do. So,
exactly.
yeah.
So I'm more than likely to not cook. I don't like cooking on the weekends, period, but we've had to rein it in a little bit. So
Yeah.
usually by the time I get home on Friday, that's kind of our eat out night. So that way that I don't have to worry about.
Okay. All right. So let's move on to vacation time.
Oh,
When you
I
go
love
on
it.
vacation, what's the first thing you do when you get home?
The first thing I do is I do laundry. That's the
I was
very
wondering if
first
you were one
thing.
of the laundry people.
Yep, yep. I have the kids unpack their suitcase. I unpack mine because that seems to be a never-ending job.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing that I do to get started.
People are either one of two boats. They either come home and immediately do their laundry, or they come home and immediately just sit on their couch and relax from their vacation. I was just on vacation. I don't need to chill
Right.
out, but most of the time people are like that.
I look at it like, I mean, I would love just to sit there and relax, but that's not going to get the clothes ready for the next time.
Yeah. That's what you just did on vacation. Now it's time to get back to work.
Right, exactly, exactly.
All right. We learned at a young age that caring is sharing.
Mhm.
However, some things are just too good to let go to other people. What is one food that you won't share with somebody else?
My kids are gonna love this because it's something that I tell them all the time, and I love chocolate,
Uh-huh.
in particular Dove chocolate.
Okay.
So if I go to the store, I have to sneak it and I will hide it, and that's one thing that I won't share. I won't share.
The
It
chocolate
brings
is
me just
mine.
a yeah, it especially that. I can share anything else, but if it's Dove or if it's been a gift, then that's mine and hands off. So,
Yeah. I don't know that I really have something that I won't share, but Mrs. Miller tends to like gather candy and things like that that she's either bought somewhere or gotten from someone. And she's
mhm,
a person that just like leaves it there for so long that eventually it just becomes mine. So she shares it by default. But
right.
I don't really have anything that I'm not going to share. So
Yeah, yeah.
okay. Um, would you rather listen to a podcast or music on the radio?
I'm still old school. I will definitely do music on the radio.
Okay. What's your favorite genre of music then?
Oh, my playlist is vast, but I mean it's a wide range. But right now I'm gonna lean a little more towards the countryside.
Okay.
I kind of go in between, but I'm a huge Luke Combs fan,
Okay.
and but some of the old types. I love Eric Church and like Luke Bryan, so I still kind of go towards a little bit of the country.
Yeah. I like to listen to podcasts. I just forget to do it sometimes. And then I'll go
Hmm.
on like a binge and listen to an entire season of one podcast.
Yeah,
But I'd say mainly I probably listen to music too. And
yeah,
I listen to everything.
yeah,
So
yep.
yeah, I can't be picky,
No,
especially with all these fifth graders. I've got to kind of know what's going on.
I know. I've learned a lot. I've definitely learned a lot this year in music.
All right. Before we go, is there anything that you'd like to say to any students or family or community members that might be watching?
Yeah, just first of all, I absolutely love coming to work every day. I love Green Meadows. I've been in a couple of different schools, like several years ago,
Mhm.
and I don't think anything compares to the feeling that you get when you come into Green Meadows every day. And I think it's from when you step in the front door to, the staff coming in and just the students. It just has its own vibe, and I love it. I think it's genuinely one of the best places that in my adult life I have ever worked. So, I love the staff. I love my coworkers. The kids are amazing in every way. Frustrating at times, but definitely they're amazing kids,
Yeah.
and so talented. So I'm just always amazed at, whether it be our wax museum and just see the creativity that came out of that with the fourth graders and the presidential day contest.
Mhm.
Just to know that that came from fourth graders is crazy to me. So um I love it here. And when a staff tells you that, or tells the kids every morning that they love them, that parents, I hope you know that that's real and that's true.
Yeah.
And I've never seen that, in another place of employment. So just what you see is what it is, and we truly care about each and every kid that comes through.
Very cool. Well, that was a great answer, and we are glad that you're a part of this team and glad that you enjoy being here so much. So, thank you for taking the time this afternoon to join us. And we are looking forward to what the kids have to say when they watch it. And we'll be also looking forward to see who we have for our secret staff member next time.
Yep.
Thank you again,
Yep.
Miss O'Brien.
Thank you very much.
Have a great evening.
You too. Bye.
Bye.